want to do a video to show with a little bit heavier clubs a couple of movements that people don't maybe understand, and to try to explain what they're actually seeing in an easier way so that they themselves can learn these movements and practice them on their own or add them to their repertoire or routine or whatever, so that it makes club swinging that much more enjoyable by having more variety, if you will. When you see different videos online, you'll see people swinging clubs in different ways. When we get to the heavier clubs, there's less that we can actually do because the clubs are just that much more hard to control. So you're going to see a number of variations that people do, and there's really only 4 or 5, and I'm going to show those to you right now and try to explain it so that you can, like I said, incorporate it into your own routine. I hope I've got enough room here to show you. You'll see people swinging the clubs either forward and back, like this. It's one variation. Then you'll see people swinging the clubs together, left or right, let's say. They'll either do them in front of their body this way. I'm turning a little bit sideways because I'm limited in room here. Hit the plan or hit the wall over here. So you'll see them swinging the clubs like this. Now obviously go one direction, you can go the opposite direction. Another variation of that, swinging the clubs together, I'm going to show you 2 more, is you swing here, drop it, turn, and throw the clubs. So you see this quite a bit. All you're doing there is combining the first 2 movements I showed you. Putting the club behind the back, turning the body. And the second part is obviously this swing. So when you add those 2 together, you get drop it down, turn, and this way. There's another variation of that where you don't turn your body the whole way, but the clubs make a small circle and then drop down. I'm going to show that to you right now. The clubs are held like this. They're thrown together. You bring them to this side of the body, and then they're dropped down. So I'll show it to you a little bit faster, if I may. So they're here, here. It's kind of hard to do it slow. Now I'll show that with a little lighter pair of clubs so you get a better idea of what's happening with the hands. Here, the right hand is passing in front of the face. It's the only time that I ever put the right hand in front of the face like this. And then there's a small circle and it drops. This time the left hand. So the momentum carries it up. It goes in a small circle. Now when we do 2 together, it looks like this. Really nothing to it. Those are just some examples. Now, you'll see people taking even a larger set of clubs. You'll see people taking a larger set of clubs and doing the same exercise, but there's one little tiny tweak or variation that you'll notice. They'll take both the clubs together, they'll bring them around the body, and then they'll drop them onto the shoulder. I have limited room, I apologize. So they come this way, then they drop them and cast them off their shoulder. And then drop them. And drop them. Now I'll show you variations with 2 heavier clubs that you'll see people doing. And then once you start looking at these other videos online, you'll be able to decipher, figure out, understand a little better exactly what it is these people are doing. And that's the purpose of this video. If you see somebody take a larger pair of clubs and hold them in their hand, you're going to see technically the proper Persian way is to hold the clubs away from the body and not rest it on the body. It's not wrong to lift it up and lay it on the body. It's just another variation. That's how I personally look at it. Whatever's getting you exercise is a good thing. I'm not going to put somebody down because they rest a heavy club against their body. So, you get the clubs in the correct position. What you'll see people doing, I just mentioned to you, you'll see them swing 2 clubs together and bring them up to their shoulders. This way. This way. That's one exercise. Then you'll see them move, throw a single club off their shoulder. There's only 2 directions they're going to do this thing. They're going to do it off to their right with the right club, or off to their left with the right club. And I'll give you examples of both. There's off the right to the shoulder. This is off to the left, back to the shoulder. Now with the left club, off to the right with that club, off to the left with that club. Now what you'll see them doing then is, I'll do a couple reps, and then I'll show an added extra movement that they do, but they're either going to the right or they're going to the left. They're either going away from the body or across the body. There isn't any other way that they're doing this. So we've really got 3 positions: off to the left, off to the right, and out to the front. Off to the front is there. That's the front. This is off to the right. This is off to the left. This is singular. Now I'll show you another little tweak. I'm going to go off away from the body. Drop the club. Away from the body. Away from the body. Away from the body. Across the body. Across the body. So there's just a few variations. Next time you watch people doing stuff, I hope that helps you to understand. And another little tidbit I tell people often is, if you can go ahead and divide the body in half when you're looking at a new movement that you don't understand, whether it be on a DVD, a video, or online, hold a piece of paper over half the body. Look at just half of what the person's doing. Remember, as I've said on many other DVDs and on the other movements, they're either moving from the shoulder, the hip, the shoulder, the elbow, I apologize, or the wrist. There isn't anything else. What they're doing is, and what's making it look more complicated, is they're mixing up the movements. That's not really that tricky if you know how or learn how to break the movements down. So I hope this is helpful. You'll see many people doing many things, different kinds of things like this. This fella in India does this. But I personally just do the swinging and stick pretty much to that. I hope this is informative, and I hope you get something out of it, and enjoy swinging the clubs. Thank you.